Hey guys, John here, and welcome back to John's RC. And today I have the Hobbyzone Duet S2. Now, if you've been in the hobby within the last, I think now 6 years, you would know that the Duet S, or just the Duet originally, was a really great trainer. And Hobbyzone made these two great beginner models. One of them was the Champ and one of them was the Duet. Apparently they didn't stick with the Champ and they made a new Duet instead. So first I'm going to open the box and show you what's inside, and then we'll go fly. Alright, so this does come as a ready to fly package. So it comes with the plane, the transmitter, 4 AA batteries. Those I did not use, I used my own. And it actually did come with the batteries actually in my pocket so I could charge it. It's this guy right here. It's an eFlight 1S 3.7 volt 150 milliamp hour battery pack. Now if you know anything about these, there's actually 2 different types of eFlight 1S batteries, and this one was the one that I found works, but not that well. The one that I typically use for these smaller aircraft is this one. It's the same eFlight 1S battery, however it's a little longer and it's shiny. I really don't know the difference, but I found that these the shorter packs without the shine have failed me a little bit more. But you know, they both work, so I'm just going to be using this one just because I have it, but they both work fine. So the Duet here is an absolutely awesome airframe, and you can see most people get this aircraft because it has the twin motors, and I think it's a great little style choice. If you like your twins more than your single engine aircraft, then definitely go for this if you're learning how to fly an airplane. And you've got the transmitter here, and you can see this, they actually changed it from the original transmitter. The original transmitter was blue, and it had a little charging port on the bottom of the transmitter, and I really didn't use that. I actually have I forgot to mention, I have the original Duet video still up on my YouTube channel, and I was a little bit smaller then. I'll link the YouTube video down below in the description, but you could watch that with the original Duet. But yeah, like I said, this was a blue transmitter and there was a charging port for the battery on the bottom of it, but I've seen that really proves ineffective, because these AA batteries that it wants you to use, or if you're like starting out, you can use these AA batteries, but they're not the strongest. And if you try charging a lithium battery with that same AA battery, it's not gonna hold up very long. So that's why, even I haven't opened it, they include, if I can get it open, they include your little USB charger now, which is so much better. It probably charges faster. I haven't used one of these USBs in a long time. I've upgraded to the little Spectrum micro charger, but this still works fine. So yeah, it's a really big improvement from charging from your transmitter. So on the actual plane, it's called the S2, but honestly they changed so little that they still use the same video on the product page for this plane. So they still use the same video from like 2014, 2013. And the only thing that I've really seen them change is that they added safe to this plane. Now, I've seen the RC community really on the fence about this. Even I was a little bit on the fence about it, but it's still $80 US, so they haven't changed the price at all. They just upgraded the receiver. So I'm like, if it's the same price, why not? But you know, this plane, it does have your little dihedral on it, so naturally it is going to self-correct itself. So I mean, sure. So this plane is 3 channels, because you have your throttle control, your elevator, and you actually don't have a rudder, but you have your differential thrust. And this is a really nice setup. I did learn a little bit of flying on this airplane. It was that and the Champ, and like I said, the 2 legendary aircrafts of Horizon Hobby. And what I was really hoping they did, maybe they did like behind the scenes, was they changed the motors on this thing. because I don't know if I'm just the unluckiest person in the world, but I've owned 2 Duets in the past, the OG one, and these little 1.25 or 1. I think it's a 1.25 core. It's a direct drive motor, so it's not brushed. The prop attaches directly to the motor, and I found that that was my worst enemy. I mean, on the original Duet, I probably got like 5 flights on it before one of the motors burnt out, and then I thought maybe it was just a lemon, so we got another one, same thing happened. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't happen on this one. So maybe they did some undercover changes, but we'll see. This model is incredibly light with the battery. It weighs 43 grams. It has a wingspan of 526 millimeters, and it has a length of 368 millimeters. So this is not under any RFID requirements. It's under 250 grams, so you can really fly this wherever you want as long as you're being careful. So you can fly this in like your front yard, your cul-de-sac, whatever, and it shouldn't matter too much. So yeah, let's go fly. Alright guys, I have the Duet plugged in, and there is something that I did want to mention, one about the transmitter and one about the plane. So the first thing, which I forgot to mention, well, I'm just going to leave it on the ground for a second, you can switch out of safe with the transmitter. I was a little confused at first because there's no actual switches on it, but if you go to your right aileron stick and just press down on it, it will cycle through the modes. So you're gonna have a green light when you have your safe on. You press it again, safe will just come off when you just press this aileron stick. Now, one thing that I found very odd is that when you have your safe initialized, it's going to correct for all of your surfaces, right? And because it's differential thrust and you turn the plane while it's in your hands, the motor's already come on. So I found that just a little bit dangerous. I mean, these little props aren't going to hurt you at all, but I just found it odd that they just move. So, I mean, okay. So I'm going to be taking off on safe, I guess. Just make sure my elevator is working. So, oh, it's been so long since I've flown a Duet. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Now that feels good. Oh, that's awesome. That's really nice. You know, I'm not exactly a beginner, but whoa. Okay, so let's see what happens. The gimbals on this transmitter are very loose, and if I overcorrect, the safe will correct, and then I correct, and then it just goes into a back and forth battle. So let's try that again. Actually, let me go into the sun. You see, I'm in the micro flying spot, but I'm not where I usually fly over there because there's this really nice sun ray hitting me. So it's a little cold in California right now. Let's go again. So it does look like there's some mixing going on. If I lift my throttle up, the elevator will also go up. So that's throttle down, that's throttle up. I'm gonna take off the safe and see what happens. Is it off? I think it's off. There's 3 lights. There's a little oh, there's a yellow light now. Not sure what these mean. I think this is safe, and then this is safe off. Yeah. Okay, there's a red light now. All right. This is really nice. It's so quiet too. And obviously, because it's light, it does not need that much power. So you're not gonna have, this thing goes 0 to 60 eventually. It's a very, very slow aircraft. Whoa, calm down. Again with that overcompensation. Alright. Maybe I'm just bad at flying. I have to fly this on safe. I'm struggling a little bit. Yeah. It flies the best. I don't know what mode I'm in. I think I'm in safe mode. Because if I take it out of safe, I think that's out of safe, yeah. Alright, that's not that bad. I really just have to get used to the gimbals. Because this is nothing like a Spectrum transmitter or all the transmitters I use. Yeah, this is awesome. If you're a beginner or an advanced pilot, you could always enjoy this. I mean, for $80, there's no harm in it. And teach your friends to fly. Teach yourself to fly. And it seems like our motors are indeed not burning out. I'm just cruising at like 50% power, and I'm barely touching the stick. Man, it's cold. Try a loop. Let's try a loop. Actually, I'm not sure if it has enough power for a loop. Okay, that's probably the best I'm gonna get. Let's try another loop. Oh, I think it's yelling at me that my battery's dead. Alright. Let me land really quickly. Okay, I tried. Alright, so that was my maiden flight on the Hobbyzone Duet, and I am actually very, very happy with this model. Now, for me, it is a bit of a change, actually a big change, going from your aluminum transmitters with the really nice gimbals going to this. And the gimbals are super loose on this thing, and actually when I first got this package in the mail, as soon as I opened it up, I tried binding it to my TX16 and it did not work. So unfortunately that's not going to be another video trying to get this on the TX16. I think it uses its own integrated protocol. So but this obviously works really well. The plane flies awesome. I was enjoying myself, and I'm obviously not a beginner, but it's a really nice airplane for $80. I think this is probably going to be one of your best gateways to getting into the RC hobby right now. I think that was around a 5-minute flight or a 6-minute flight. I'm not exactly sure, but my transmitter did tell me when the battery was a little low. It did the little 2 beeps. So yeah, it's pretty easy to fly. I was just being a little silly and I oversteered, and when I did that, it corrected itself, but I didn't want it to correct. I turned it again and then went into this back and forth battle with safe. So that's just my bad. I'm just not used to it because I haven't been flying something like this in a long time. But yeah, this is a really nice plane. It's really enjoyable to fly. I will say, because it's really light and the motors aren't gonna really get you anywhere in the wind, you really need to fly this either indoors or on a super calm day like this one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to purchase this plane yourself, we'll leave a link down in the description. So thanks for tuning in to John's RC. If you're new to this channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys, we'll see you in the next one.